What is up, everyone? JD here. I hope you're doing well today. Got a review for you. Let's get into it. Okay, guys, I'm very excited to check this one out. I have very limited interaction with this series from this brand, but let's dive into what we're looking at today. We're going to be checking out the Kershaw Launch 19. All right, so what we're going to do today with the 19 is we're going to do some size comparison, profile, weight, dive into my thoughts and impressions, and thank you and shout out to Lefty for allowing us to check this out. It is coming via the pass around group, so I am a little bit limited on time and what I can do with this one. Let's go ahead and dive into size comparisons. Okay, so on the table we got the Kaiser Towser S, one of my favorite small EDCs, and then we got the Devo Knives Growler V2, and you can see that the Kershaw is actually just a little bit longer than the Growler V2. Definitely what I would constitute as a full-sized EDC. Let's bring out a couple more for size comparisons. Okay, so on the table we have the Spyderco Para 3 Lightweight, and we have the Spyderco Manix 2 Lightweight, and you can see this actually kind of falls in between. It's a little bit longer overall than the Para 3, but a little bit shorter than that full-sized Manix 2 Lightweight. Let's check out the profiles. All right, so here we have them folded up against the Growler V2, which the Launch 19 is just slightly bigger than, and then it's slightly smaller than the Manix 2 Lightweight as far as its overall profile. And then carrying in the pocket, it is going to be one that has the least amount that sticks out of the pocket, and it's going to ride medium as far as, or in between, I should say, not medium, in between as far as length down into the pocket. And then it's got a very nice thin profile. Let's go ahead and check out the thickness real quick while we're here as well. I haven't had a chance to do this myself yet. It looks very comparable to the Manix 2 Lightweight, and then we'll get that out of the way and check it against the Growler V2 with those contoured scales. Very comparable, guys. Very similar thickness as far as how it feels in hand, how thick it's going to be in the pocket. And then the last part of the equation is how's it going to come in on weight. Let's grab the scale and check out. All right, let's see here. We have 3 ounces, so a very good weight, guys. Nothing too heavy here. You got aluminum construction with a little bit of G10 laid on that one. Let's go ahead and take it downstairs and do just a little cutting with it. All right, we're going to check out the Launch 19. Really excited to check this one out. I've only handled a couple of the Launch series, but Kershaws usually have a really nice factory edge and good edge geometry. Again, pass around knife, so we're just going to check it out sample wise. This one definitely feels like it's been cut with, guys. Yeah, definitely feels like it's been cut with. Got a little bit of touch-up needed on this one. We'll do that here in a minute. Let's go ahead, just see what it feels like going through the cardboard. Again, I can't do a ton of cutting with this because it is a pass around. I do not own it. Thank you and shout out to Kevin for letting us check this out. Yeah, even with the blemishes, that 154 cm passing through that cardboard, absolutely no issue. Let me strap it up. We'll be right back to check to see how it moves back through that cardboard. All right, I just did 6 drops. We're gonna just see if that took any of the blemishes out. Yeah, it totally took the blemishes out. So very nice edge, very easy to maintain. Let's go ahead and kick it back up to the desk. All right, we're back from downstairs. It's a very slicey boy. They did a great job here. Now, it was a pass round, so on the initial pass, there was, a little bit of blemish, nothing awful. It was very easy to strop out the CPM 154. It has a nice tall flat grind. It has a beautiful edge from the factory. Look at Kershaw flexing their muscles, and if I can talk today. Wow, man, what a great looking edge. Nice thin blade stock on here. It feels very thin behind the edge, stropped up nice after I did my cutting with it. and it was very comfortable. I was worried about with the screws and the transitions and everything that's going on here and the way the pocket clip is. I was worried that it was going to be uncomfortable. The nice thing about the position that you use here when you're choked up using that choil is the pocket clip hangs out the back. So all you're really feeling is this little bit here that comes up, and it is a little bit of a hot spot. It is a little pokey, and it does dig into the palm a little bit, but truthfully, it's not awful. While I do feel it, and if I was cutting for a long period of time, if I had to break down a bunch of boxes, I would feel that. But this trigger position is money. It feels perfect in the hand, very comfortable. You don't feel any transitions whatsoever. Nicely chamfered, good contouring, everything that's going on. Well, it's not contoured, I shouldn't say that, but it is really well knocked down on these edges here. It does have that little bit of relief on the angles there so that you can really get your fingers around the entire handle and get a nice, comfortable, solid grip on here. And truth be told, it really went through the materials super smooth. Like there was no resistance. There's no weight relief on here, but again, aluminum with a little bit of a G10 back piece here that kind of, if you look at it, it screws onto the aluminum. The aluminum, let me get a flashlight here to help you guys see what I'm seeing here. The aluminum pocket lint. The aluminum extends out just a little bit there on the G10 so that you can get those screws fastened on, but that G10 piece also really helping reduce the weight. You got a really beefy standoff back here on the back for the construction, and it is clamshell here. When you put it together, you have this additional screw here, so you got a very solidly built knife. I don't know why I'm showcasing it with the flashlight, guys. I have no idea. You got a really solid construction here, and it feels like it. There's no flex, no give, or anything like that. They did give you a deep carry prioritized reversible pocket clip. It does lay flat on the top, so do your research and check. You may be able to find a milled or aftermarket pocket clip that you may like a little bit better than the shorty here, but I do like the shorty because again, it's way back off of the knife. It's not doing anything to hugely hamper the ergos on the knife. It does have tons of clearance, so it goes in and out of the pocket. Lovely. I do love to see that. I love the button on here. They did a nice job. It's sitting perfectly flush with the flat part of the scale, and you do have to push, but you don't have to push all the way in. As soon as you give just, I would say a half push, that sucker fires. You don't have to go all the way down. The action is super, super, super hard hitting, man. It feels so snappy, guys. Listen to this. And I can one-hand it. I am able with my longer fingers to kind of index it to this point, and then I just trade off with the thumb. And if I happen to let go, it's just going to kick it back out. It's nothing awful. You can close it, keeping your fingers out of the blade path. This is going to be real nice if you love a side opening auto, something that you can pull out quick, get it open, cut, do what you got to do with it, and close and put it away relatively fast. It's not going to be as easy as a detent knife that's not assisted or isn't an auto, because you can just flick that open, pull it out, do your cut, and then drop and close it. So a little bit faster and a little less concentration needed to close, but once you've had a side opening auto, you do really get used to it. And if you have arthritis or something like that, it's going to be a little bit easier than opening with a flipper tab or thumb studs. So that is something to take into consideration. But I can see why these are popular. There is a little bit of a cool factor, a little bit of Hollywood to it with it flying open. So I kind of get it, I don't have a ton of side opening autos, but I do appreciate them. I would say out of the ones that I've experienced, ProTech, probably number one, but these Kershaws are really, really good. You got a nice clip point here. Nice swedge. Again, I like the two tones. Looks good. Great factory edge. You got CPM 154 cm on a USA made Kershaw coming in at around 160. Really nice price for USA construction, in my opinion, with a very solid steel on here that's going to do really well for your cutting task. You got a nice acute tip for your puncture task, and just a really pleasing aesthetic design on this one in-house based on the Millennium Falcon there. I don't know if that's the Falcon or not, but kind of looks like it a little bit to me. I just really like this one. I really, really like this one. When I looked it up, this is the only version that it comes in. I'd like to see, a couple different variants on this one. If it's doing well or does well for Kershaw, which I think it would with their auto line USA made. There's a lot of people out there, law enforcement, etc., that do really like a side opening auto, something that they don't have to worry about fidgeting with or finding anything but that button and getting what they need. Cut their seatbelt. Get whatever it is that they need cut done, and then move on. I'm not going to do alternative recommendations because, again, the alternatives that I'm going to recommend or that I'm most familiar with are going to be your manuals. For the side opening autos, I would probably say, the ProTech TR3. I think the TR3 is probably going to be close to this in price and function and seal, but that one's going to be all aluminum, whereas this one's got a little bit more going on to the aesthetics with it. So I do like that. Let me know what you think about the Kershaw Launch 19 down in the comments, guys. Really cool. Glad I got to check it out. It is really interesting for sure for me to have that side opening auto. I don't think it'll be one that I don't think I'll ever have a ton of these side opening autos in the collections, but I do remember that ProTech for me was something that I felt for a side opening auto that was very EDC friendly, something that you could truly carry as an EDC and do all of your normal box opening, letter opening, breaking down your cardboard, and other cutting tasks like that. With this one, it's going to be very solid and very well made. It feels super solid. Thanks for tuning in. Shout out to everyone for watching to this point. It helps the algorithm. Leave a comment if you enjoy. Don't forget to hit the like on your way out. A special thank you to the channel members. You guys really make it happen with that extra level of support you provide. I love you all. I hope you have a fantastic week. I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.